Welcome to Kino Quickly. I'm your host, Disco, and today I watched Wonder Woman 1984. Wonder Woman 1984 is a sequel to 2017's Wonder Woman and the 9th installment in the DC Extended Universe. So this is sort of an exciting movie to come out. This movie was delayed and people thought it wasn't going to come out because of this sort of pandemic and all. But thankfully, we got this movie out on both streaming and, excitingly for me, theaters were showing this movie. And I think that's the way you should watch movies, and I'm really glad that they were able to pull some strings and get this on the big screen. When it comes to the DC Extended Universe, I'm not super familiar with everything that entails. I haven't seen most of these sort of DC movies. I know that they're coming out with a new Batman, and I'm very excited for that. I'm a huge Batman fan. I was a fan of both of Christopher Nolan's Batman movies, both, The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. Those movies were fantastic. And I'm really excited to see what somebody else will take off of the Batman character, and I'm very excited to see Batman portrayed by somebody else than Christian Bale. So Wonder Woman 1984 is directed by Patty Jenkins, and she also wrote this script with Jeff Johns and Dave Callahan. I'm not familiar with either of those people. I know Patty Jenkins, she directed the first Wonder Woman, which I didn't see because I had heard it was a World War I movie, and I thought it was kind of in bad taste to have a sort of superhero running around during a real historical war that happened that people, died and lost their lives in. I thought that was sort of in poor taste. Gal Gadot stars as Diana Prince / Wonder Woman alongside Chris Pine, Kristen Wiig, Pedro Pascal, who you might know from Disney's The Mandalorian, and Robin Wright, and also Connie Nielsen. I'm not familiar with either of those two. This is set during the Cold War, which, if you know history, wasn't a real war, so I'm kind of fine with this one's a lot easier to get behind than the World War I, because, this is a fictional war. This didn't actually happen. And so Wonder Woman, the Diana character, she fights Max Lord and Cheetah in this movie, as the Wikipedia article states. And, I thought this was a really fun movie, and I think if you like a lot of 80s music, and, you sort of have a refined taste in music, you're gonna like this movie a lot. There's a lot of good 80s songs. You have some Gary Newman in the soundtrack, and also you have Duran Duran, which I'm a big fan of. Unfortunately, they don't really play some obscure hits. I was a little disappointed by that. I was hoping they would play Wake Up by Oingo Boingo, but that unfortunately did not happen. But, you can't... It's hard to make a perfect movies nowadays, especially with all of the sort of development problems this movie had with the release in the theaters and everything. I mean, it's amazing that this movie even came out, so this movie already is very high on my list. And, this movie also proves that women can be superheroes. A lot of people have been saying for years, they said, no, women, they can't be superheroes. And, Wonder Woman proves that wrong. But I think there's sort of a bigger underlying message of Wonder Woman. Because, the way I view it, I think all women are, wonderful by default. And it's only when they sort of step away from being wonderful that they, cease to be wonderful. And Wonder Woman sort of proves that sort of innocence that a woman has when she doesn't become, bad. She's committed to one man throughout this movie. She thought he was dead, and then he comes back, and she was waiting the whole time. It's a very, very sweet and romantic story. And, she knows when to take the lead and when not. She doesn't want to sort of overstep her boundaries. Unlike the villain of this story, Cheetah, she sort of becomes this evil woman because she's very jealous and vengeful, and she states throughout the movie that she has multiple romantic partners and stuff. So it's sort of a commentary on women in general, and I think that's a very bold topic to bring up in this sort of era of political correctness we have. So I thought the movie was very brave for that, and I know a lot of people might not sort of agree with the message that this movie is presenting, but I do think it's very good that they're using the platform of one of these big budget superhero movies to say sort of a social commentary on sort of gender, and it's very interesting. So this movie, it's really fun. I think you can bring your whole family to this. It's very entertaining, and it's unoffensive, and kids I think are gonna learn a lot of good lessons. I think this is very good for like little girls. They sort of have somebody to look up to, and I'm gonna give this movie 2 thumbs up. I thought it was a great movie, and I'm really excited to see what DC does in the future. I thought this was a fantastic movie, and so that's gonna be my review for Wonder Woman 1984, and I hope you go check it out, and I hope you go to your local theater and support them out. I'm starting my initiative to it's hashtag Save AMC, the AMC theaters, because they're having some struggles right now, and in January they say this month they say they're probably gonna start running out of money and have to close some locations, and I really don't want to see all the happy smiling faces I've come to know and love, that I go to the theater so often to see, and they know me by name. I don't want to see these people not have a job, and it's just something that's I don't want to see that. So that's going to be my review. I really hope you go to the theaters to see this and help out some of those people during these hard times. They've been really struggling hard. And so that's the review. So I hope you go see it, and I hope you have a nice day.